Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Dan Blanchard from the Travel in Time Show. Today I'm up north in Addison, Vermont at this really cool place called Chimney Point Tavern. This place is amazing. I can't believe this is still here, Chimney Point Tavern. Okay, so this area has so much history in Vermont. About 7,500 BC, the Native Americans were here. People were occupying this area. Before that, obviously, the glaciers had receded. The water had receded in this area to come out. Now, this was a really key area politically and definitely militarily speaking. This was a key area because this is like Lake Champlain is right over my shoulder there. And that's where Samuel de Champlain came here and called this like New France, right? And they were like, oh my gosh, it was rich with the beaver, the fur trade, all that, which is like today in money, like $1 trillion business, right? The British were competing for it. The French were competing for it. Big money here, right? Eventually, what's going to happen is that the English in the 7 Years' War, which is really World War Zero, believe it or not, but during the French and Indian War, the North American component of it, 7 Years' War, the British are going to take this area, right? I mean, they want that. They want the money for the fur trade. They want to control North America. They want the power, so they're going to take this area. The Indians or the Native Americans, they actually like the French better than the English, but the English are going to take this area. And when the English are coming through this area, the French are retreating. They're going to burn everything down in this area, and all that's going to be left is like a chimney. Thus, that's how we get the name here, right, of Chimney Point, right? And they're going to eventually rebuild, right? The English are going to win. Obviously, the French are out, right? And eventually, there's going to be another war in this area between the American colonists and the English and the American Revolutionary War. Right? This area is going to be rebuilt. It's going to be traded back and forth between the American colonists and the English because that Lake Champlain there is very, very important, right? Very, very important militarily and eventually other, politically, socially, all that other stuff too, right? Now, the American colonists are going to hold out and win the war against the British and the American Revolutionary War. This tavern is going to be built by a guy named Benjamin Paine, not Thomas Paine, but a guy named Benjamin Paine. Thomas Jefferson, Madison, James Madison going to come here, spend the night here, eat some food, drink some beer here, which is really cool. This was like a tavern back then, right? It's no longer a tavern. I thought maybe I could get some food here today, but I can't. It's no longer a tavern. It's a museum, all right? Eventually, there's going to be a guy who's going to buy it from Benjamin Paine. He's actually a Bristol clockmaker, so there's a lot of Connecticut roots in this area. All right, and that bridge over my shoulder, the original bridge is going to be built 1929, where soon-to-be President Franklin Delano Roosevelt is going to be here for the christening of that bridge. Probably last about 80 years or so before they demolish it and build the bridge that you see there today. All right, and if you look around this area, there's so much history in this area of the Native Americans, the French, the English, and of course the American colonists and the Americans today. All right, so what would be my leadership lesson for today's show? I would think it would be creating communication and collaboration. I know that this area was very, very important in the beginning for military reasons. It was a military hub, one of the narrow areas of Lake Champlain. Okay, and if you could control this, you could control the traffic going through this area and through the Atlantic Ocean. All right, eventually it's going to become a political hub, a social hub. It's going to be a place where people hang out and communicate and collaborate. All right, and that's what leaders do. Right? They create those opportunities to communicate and collaborate and build these hubs. So I would say that that's definitely a very good leadership lesson. All right. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this leadership, history, and travel opportunity here at Chimney Rock Tavern. I'm going to be back real soon with another lesson. Not sure yet what it will be, but I will definitely be back with another lesson. Until the meantime, definitely enjoy this, where travel and history and leadership, hangs out and intertwines with me, Dan Blanchard, and I'll be back again real soon to take you through another wonderful opportunity lesson of travel, leadership, and history. Until then, take care now.